What is up, you guys? It is your girl Evanah here, back at it with another video for you guys. Long time no see. Talk about long time no see. I am so excited to start off 2020 vision, my 2020 vision with YouTube. I know I'm a little bit late in the game, but it's okay. We're making progress. But today I'm going to be talking about something that is very, very important to me, and it's just a very important thing to have. So I'm going to be talking about credit. If you guys don't know what credit is, especially some of you guys who are young, and if you are young, this is a really, really good thing for you. If you start building your credit at a young age, at 18, 17, which would be amazing, your credit score would be so good and so great by the time you're like 20 something, and it'll just be, you'll be on another level. But if you are not that young, it is totally okay. Everybody starts from somewhere. So before we get into this video, I'm going to be talking about what exactly is credit. So what credit is the ability to borrow money or a good or service with the understanding that you will be paying it back. So this ties into why you need credit. So you need credit in order to get an apartment, take out loans, buy a car, buy a house. The list goes on and on. Like, in our society, we need to be able to figure out if we can trust you. The bank needs to know if they can trust you. And that is why they look to your credit score and your credit history. It does not matter how much money you are making. If you're making a lot of money but you have bad credit score, unfortunately, you are held back from a lot of things. So if you have no credit, let's get into how you can do this. So what I did is I went to my bank and I asked for a secured credit card. Be careful which bank you go to. If you go to certain banks, some banks do not allow you to get a secured credit card if you are 21 and under, and that's exactly what happened to me, and that is exactly why I decided to go to Bank of America, and I'm pretty sure there's other banks that allow you to do this too, and I got a secured credit card. So a secured credit card is basically when you're putting in a cash deposit and you put it into that bank account, and it acts as your credit line. So for example, I put in $500 and that is my credit line. That is basically my pretend credit card in a way. And so eventually, as you slowly build up your secured credit card, you can then move on to your unsecured credit card later down the line. So here's a tip about the secured credit cards. Even if you put in a cash deposit of $500 or so, you cannot spend that $500, $400, or $200 of it. You need to be spending at least 15% of the credit card. The highest I would say is 20% in my opinion. Some people may say 30%, but I only spend about 15% of my credit card. And a lot of things that I buy with my credit card is like trips, drinks, little things, $10 shirt, like little small things that I know I can pay back. I only like to spend about $30 of it when my limit is honestly $75. But I like to spend like little things so that way I can pay it back and it's not too much to take out of my account. And so that's what I would recommend. I recommend just getting really small things just so you can ease into it and you're not like, whoa, I don't feel like paying that $75 bill off. Like, I don't want to do that. I barely use my credit card too. I just use it when I want something and I just want to exercise my credit card. Try not to use it when you really, really need the money. If you don't have like at least just a regular job, you don't even have to have a lot of money. If you don't have like just some steady income to pay off your credit card, then I don't recommend it if you have no job at all. But you don't need, like, you can just have a minimum wage job and be able to pay off your credit card. Because like I said before, if you are making a lot of money, it does not matter if you do not have a good credit score. And so the next tip that I would suggest to you guys, once you have built your credit for maybe about 6 months, is if you don't have a car already under your own name, go get a car. And I know that's a big step, so you can wait later on down the line, but that is what I did, which is really good look on your credit history. So I make payments on my car, and if I make them on time, and yes, those are a little bit bigger payments. So if you want to wait for that step, that is totally fine. You can, but if they see that you're making those payments on time and it's a car, it's one of those bigger payments, that is really good for your credit score as well. And like I mentioned before, is credit history. The reason why you want to show a consistent making those payments on time, that way when you are to go get your car, they can trust you and they can see that you're making you have an income and that you are making some payments on your credit card on time. And speaking of on time, the next tip that I'm going to go into is setting up an automatic payment. If you are one of those people who cannot do, the whole setting things up or making those payments on time, and you feel like if there's that much money in your bank, you feel like you might take more than you're supposed to, I suggest setting up automatic payments. I personally do not set up automatic payments. I put it in my calendar, but for some people that is not enough. And you also want to put that automatic payment date at least a week before, in my opinion. I like to pay it way earlier than it is due, and that also goes into why I only spend about $30-$40 out of my credit card, just so it's easy, quick, simple payments to make. I also wanted to mention the credit card that I did get from Bank of America. So what I got is the Platinum Plus MasterCard, just in case any of you guys were wondering which credit card I got. It's really quick and easy. I check my app to see how much is due. It'll say on there when the next payment is due, and it shows you how much you've spent out of the credit card. It doesn't show you how much is left. It does in the corner, like in a small portion of the app, but for the most part, it's how much you have spent. So it says, you spent $25 with your credit card, and on your next payment day, you owe $8. So the next payment day is not always the amount you've spent. Sometimes it's only a little portion of it. Like if I've spent $30, sometimes my bill might only be $8 or $10. So it's super easy and simple, and I highly recommend it if you want to build your credit. The next thing that I would tell you guys, which is just a strategy, even if you don't necessarily need it, is taking out loans after you've saved the exact amount that you've asked for the loan. So say you save up $1,000 and you want to go to a bank and ask for a loan for $1,000. But they don't know that you actually have the money already. It's basically just an exercise building trust with the banks. And so then when the payment's due, you just pay it off. And if you repeatedly doing this will boost your credit score. Like you will go 750. If after a while you can be 750, especially if you're starting from no credit. This is all that I have for you guys today. If you want any more tips or you have any more questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section below, and I can make another video, maybe a more detailed story of how I built my credit. If this wasn't enough, just tell me guys what you want, and I will try my best to inform you. I really want to help you guys become successful and tackle 2020, because it's 2020 vision. How many times have you guys heard that this year? It's like everywhere. And I'm still going to use it. I don't care if it's overused. It's 2020 vision, guys. I hope you guys have an amazing day and week, and I will see you guys next time.